Wow. Yeah. Been there.
What's happening on England's streets? The Union Jack seems to be vanishing, replaced by foreign flags. Recently, English patriots entered a Muslim-majority town, swapping Palestinian flags for English ones, igniting fierce debate over national pride. Is the Union Jack fading in its own land? Why are foreign flags taking over public spaces while the English flag is overlooked? If you believe the Union Jack should fly high, like, share and subscribe to join the discussion. In the face of growing frustration and a perceived erosion of national identity, some patriotic groups have decided that silence is no longer an option. They've taken matters into their own hands, organising large-scale demonstrations and, in some cases, engaging in bold and controversial actions. One particularly striking event unfolded recently when a group of English patriots entered a town known for its significant Muslim population and began systematically replacing Palestinian flags with the Union Jack. Captured in a widely circulated video, these patriots can be seen marching with purpose through the streets, scaling flagpoles, and triumphantly raising the Union Jack in place of foreign symbols. With each flag they replaced, their message grew louder. England belongs to the English, and its symbols of national pride should not be overshadowed by those of other nations. Their faces reflected a deep sense of duty as they worked swiftly, under the watchful eyes of both supporters and critics. This act of defiance has sparked a fierce national conversation. Many of those who witnessed the event viewed it as a powerful display of patriotism, a necessary stand against what they see as an encroachment on English culture. To them, this was more than just a symbolic gesture. It was a reclaiming of public space and a reminder that the Union Jack represents the heritage, pride and unity of the nation. They argue that, in a time when England's identity feels increasingly diluted, bold action is required to preserve its cultural integrity. However, not everyone agrees. Critics argue that such actions only deepen societal divides, creating further tension between communities. Yet, for the patriots involved, the replacement of these flags wasn't about division, but rather a call to restore balance, to ensure that the symbols of England are given their rightful place in a country that they believe has been too quick to accommodate others at the expense of its own heritage. As the video continues to stir heated debates, one central question emerges. Is this forceful reclaiming of public space the best way to express love for one's country? Or should efforts to protect cultural heritage take a more peaceful, unifying approach? Alongside the heated debates over flags and national symbols, the political landscape in the UK is becoming more chaotic than ever. Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, is facing enormous pressure to uphold the financial commitments that the Labour Party promised throughout its election campaign. According to leading financial advisory organisations, Ms Reeves needs to find a way to raise an additional £16 billion if she wants to avoid increasing the tax burden on workers, a nearly impossible task in the eyes of many voters. This means she will have to dive deep to find alternative revenue sources, or be forced to cut spending in the most critical areas. If she does not act promptly, she may face an increasingly deficit budget, leading to serious repercussions not only for the government but also for the lives of millions of citizens. This pressure is mounting like a ticking time bomb, and time is not on her side. In a recent press conference, when asked about the possibility of raising taxes on workers, Labour leader Keir Starmer decisively emphasised, "We have made a strong commitment not to raise taxes on workers, and we will uphold that promise." However, these affirmations are meeting scepticism from the public, especially as organisations like the Institute for Fiscal Studies, IFS, warn that without specific and effective measures, public services will face immense pressure, which could seriously affect the quality of life for citizens. Will the Labour Party have the strength and talent to weather this storm, or will it repeat the mistakes of the past? This question hangs in the balance for those closely watching the political situation in the country. To achieve the goal of increasing revenue without raising the tax burden on workers, the government is channeling all resources to consider various options. One notable and controversial choice is to raise capital gains tax. This is a tax applied to profits from the sale of high-value assets, such as real estate. According to some leading economists, adjusting this tax could bring in billions of pounds for the national budget, helping to fill the concerning financial gaps. Additionally, the government is also contemplating adjustments to inheritance tax. However, according to Professor Judith Friedman from the University of Oxford, increasing this tax may generate some revenue, but not enough to adequately address the current budget issue. In fact, the combined revenue from these two taxes still falls short of the massive amount the government needs, prompting many to question the actual effectiveness of these proposals. Another option the government could consider is adjusting the tax regulations on pension contributions. Currently, tax exemptions for employer contributions are creating a financial burden on the budget. If the government decides to implement this adjustment, it could help save a significant amount of money while alleviating pressure on the budget. With these solutions under discussion, can the government find the right path to ensure the country's financial future without harming the workers? This question looms in the minds of many citizens closely watching the unfolding situation. Not only is the political context, but also the health condition of King Charles becoming a focal point of public attention in recent days. Several leaked sources have confirmed that King Charles will undertake a visit to Australia in mid-October, which has surprised many people, especially with the information that 2 personal doctors will accompany him to monitor his health throughout the trip. The presence of these medical professionals has raised questions and concerns about the King's health, especially considering he has just undergone a prostate treatment in January. Although Buckingham Palace has not specifically disclosed the type of cancer that King Charles is facing, this news has heightened concerns about his health, particularly as he continues to undertake international trips. These trips are not only ordinary royal duties, but also symbols of the power and influence of the monarchy. According to reliable sources, Queen Camilla also does not seem enthusiastic about this trip, primarily due to her concern for her husband's health. She is reported to have encouraged King Charles to take some time off to focus on his recovery. The temporary suspension of cancer treatment during this period not only reflects royal responsibility and duty, but also raises serious concerns about his ability to fulfill important responsibilities. Meanwhile, the public is anxiously following every development and constantly questioning: does King Charles have enough health to carry out these royal responsibilities, or will this be a risky decision for his health? The anxiety is not only confined within the royal family, but also spreads throughout society, raising questions about the future of the monarchy in this sensitive context. Recent updates indicate that King Charles III is receiving cancer treatment, with positive hopes from the royal family. Tom Parker Bowles, the son of Queen Camilla, shared in an interview that King Charles is receiving the best treatment possible. And although living with this illness is a significant challenge, he still demonstrates admirable strength and resilience. Reports indicate that King Charles has been allowed to temporarily pause treatment to attend public events, showing that his health condition is improving. Notably, he continues to participate in royal duties. The issues we have explored today not only reflect a sense of dissatisfaction within society, but also demonstrate the enormous challenges the UK government is struggling to address. Will the public continue to voice strong demands for the protection of their cultural heritage, or will we find more peaceful ways to resolve the escalating conflicts? As for the government, do they have the capacity to strike a balance between fulfilling financial commitments and meeting the essential needs of the people? If you have any sharp opinions or thoughts on the issues raised, please share them with us in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to not miss any interesting information about the hot situation in the UK. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next exciting videos.